months ago for a show I did for our audio archives in our radio forum, where I actually really highlighted the fact that Terrence Renell had an emotional breakdown. I believe it was on Monday Night Mayhem where she had this emotional breakdown, and the thing that really jumped out at me was how emotionally connected Terrence Renell was to the talent and to the wrestling business in general. So hopefully her career in TNA wrestling goes in other directions that her career in WWE unfortunately didn't go. I'm really upset over the fact she was not considered as a top contender for the Divas Championship, but I don't think she's going to be a Trish Stratus anytime soon, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. I don't think anybody is going to be a Trish Stratus anytime soon, but we have seen a lot of WWE Divas crossover from WWE into TNA and have a lot of success. Gail Kim has had several runs given her with TNA Wrestling. She left WWE several years ago, goes to TNA Wrestling, wins the TNA Knockouts Championship several months after making her debut, heads back to WWE after leaving TNA. She's back in TNA now, having the time of her life. She's getting a lot of in-ring exposure, and you wouldn't think that would be coming for Gail Kim because she's really a veteran now and can be classified as a veteran and someone with a lot of experience. You would think it would really be all about the new TNA Knockouts and TNA celebrating its 10th year by distributing more new talent than veterans. So I'm really liking how TNA Wrestling is really mixing it up, especially in the Knockouts division, by distributing an equal amount of new talent along with veterans, which really ties in well with it because the veterans can offer experience to the new talent, which is not being offered in WWE as much as I want to see it offered, because I think that if veterans were coming into the Divas division like Trish Stratus more often, for the sake of, wrestling once or twice a year, or probably once every 6 months, going with that, I think we would see a lot of WWE's new females really develop. I think that this push Kelly Kelly received in 2010, 2011 could have happened as early as 2008, 2 years into her WWE run, but with the lack of veterans in the way of divas showing up, we didn't get it. I think that the Fabulous Moolah isn't enough. I think we need more experienced veterans like Lita, who recently appeared on Raw 1000. I think that it would be great if we had more veterans, because we would see an expansion in the way of talent and experience in both WWE and TNA, and I hope that, that's what Terrence Renell picks up, because she does need a lot of experience. She's going to need time to develop. And, I really hope critics don't jump all over her and say, okay, this was a mistake TNA Wrestling made, this makes the TNA Knockouts division look really bad. I know a lot of columnists have probably already said that in their written columns, whatever the hell they're called, and probably on their radio shows they've spent about 15 minutes running down TNA's decision to really bring Terrence Renell in as part of the TNA Knockouts division, but I really think that TNA Knockouts division is becoming more like the WWE Divas division every single day. They started off in their first few years in 2002, 2003 by taking shots at the WWE Divas division, but I think here in 2012, the TNA Knockouts division is more like the WWE Divas division than it's ever been before, because it's more about beauty, grace, and glamour than it was back in 2002, 2003. It was more of a smash mouth, in-your-face type distribution of the TNA Knockouts division, more than it was about beauty and grace, and it was really shoved in our faces because the TNA Knockouts division would consistently, refer to themselves as being, not like the WWE Divas. They weren't divas, they were knockouts, and they were more in-your-face, smash-mouth type individuals. But now, it seems like TNA Knockouts division is really, distributing themselves with every aspect of what a women's division should be about: wrestling, beauty, glamour, and grace, and those are huge pluses for TNA Knockouts division. So I really think that the place for Terrence Renell right now is TNA more than it is a place like Ring of Honor, because I really don't think she would fit in well with the likes of Daisy Hayes or Lacey's Angels. Lovely Lacey. I think that she fits in very effectively with TNA Knockouts division, because I think the experience for her to gain is there. A more lengthy run is in the works for Terrence Renell, I think, with TNA Wrestling, and a better financial deal, which will hopefully help Terrence Renell get back on her feet financially, which is always a huge downer following a release. In the first few months of your release, you're kind of torn up over it. It takes a while to really financially stabilize yourself, and I really hope that Terrence Renell really benefits from her run with TNA Wrestling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this video up as a video archive on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/JonathanClark22, and we really encourage your feedback and your comments. So if you have any comments on TNA Wrestling bringing Taryn Tranel in as part of the TNA Knockouts division, no matter if it's positive or negative, we encourage you to leave it as a comment here on our YouTube channel. You can also follow the show on Twitter at twitter.com/JonathanClark1, and you can join the conversation on our Facebook page and join over 1,200 fans of HEW Entertainment on Facebook.com/HEW Entertainment. We also invite you to choose the social media site you want to listen to our show on. How you can do that is by heading to Facebook.com/HEW Entertainment, clicking on Info, scrolling down to the About Me section, and choosing Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube as the social media site you want to listen to our show on. We are streaming the show today on all major social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We also invite you to stay in the loop of everything going on in professional wrestling by using our RSS news feed, by clicking on our RSS news feed logo found on our extended info section on our Facebook page, and send us a friend's request while you're visiting us on Facebook.com/HW Entertainment. It's a huge plus to have Taryn Tranel a part of the TNA Knockouts division, but what do you think? Your opinion is the opinion that matters more than the radio show hosts and the columnists, so let us know what you think. I think it's going to send TNA Knockouts division in a real positive direction. It's going to send it in a more positive direction than a negative direction. And I think that, TNA Knockouts division is really shaping itself better than it has over the last several years. The thing about the TNA Knockouts division is they are given more in-ring time, if you haven't noticed. It seems like, women's matches in TNA Wrestling are equally distributed. It seems like every women's match in TNA Wrestling lasts about 8 to 10 minutes in length. And really, that's what women have been asking for years. And I really hope that Taryn Tranel matches, no matter who she's involved in a program with, last that length, because I really think that's what she needs in the way of distribution, which is something she didn't get for WWE. And I really like the fact that TNA Knockouts division is trying to consistently be different, even with it becoming more like the Divas division every single year. They're trying to, separate themselves by doing things a little bit differently. Sure, they have the beauty, the glamour, and the grace implemented into what the TNA Knockouts division is really all about. But the thing is, they tie every aspect of both entertainment and wrestling together. They have phenomenal wrestling matches, a phenomenal way of distributing themselves more effectively than the Divas division. It's not about photos on a website. It's not about lingerie shoots. It's not about specialty matches for them. It's about a smash mouth, in-your-face type style, which is really getting them over and really putting them on a pedestal that is going to allow them to continue to compete with other women's divisions in every other organization, both independently and on the huger scenes like in WWE. I really think it's great. And bringing Taryn Tranel in really sends TNA Knockouts division in a positive direction, if you ask my personal feelings towards Taryn Tranel. Big fan of her. Hope she has a phenomenal run in TNA Wrestling. You can check her out at TarynTranel.com. They have a link to her Twitter page on her website, TarynTranel.com, and we are following her on our Twitter page at twitter.com/JonathanClark1, one of the thousands of people we are following for you on our Twitter. So if you aren't following us and you want to keep up with everything going on with Taryn Tranel, we have all our social media sites, including Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace, linked up for you on all of our social media sites. So look for everything pertaining to Taryn Tranel. She consistently tweets, which is a good thing too, keeping her fans updated. I haven't checked it in a while, but you can check her out at TarynTranel.com. They have a link to her Twitter up there, and she's always got something going on, and she seems like a real laid-back type individual with so much going on. You wouldn't think that for somebody like Taryn Tranel, but congratulations to Taryn Tranel for finally landing something substantial in the wrestling industry after spending a consistent amount of time out of the spotlight. It's great to see her back. It's been a while since we've seen her have anything to do with wrestling, about a year and a half since we've seen Taryn Tranel. The last big thing she did was be the ECW general manager. Her in-ring character in WWE wasn't that effectively distributed, and that's something I'm hoping for her run in TNA Wrestling. Best of luck to her. TarynTranel.com. Congratulations. And I guess that's all we have to say about Taryn Tranel and her recent debut in TNA Wrestling. Very unexpected. Wasn't expecting it, and it really took me off guard. But what's your opinion of Taryn Tranel being distributed in TNA Wrestling and making a very effective debut? What I believe will really head her career into a very positive direction. You can tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and that's all I've got for you this week. Terrence Trainell being welcomed into TNA Wrestling in typical HEW Entertainment Radio fashion. So thank you so much for listening. Leave us your opinion on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We always encourage your feedback and your comments. And like our video blogs and our posts on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/HEW Entertainment. You can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Jonathan Clark. Want to check out our video archives on our YouTube channel, along with the Terrence Trainell debut review and many other topics we've thrown up for discussion in our YouTube video archives. Taylor Swift and Today is a Fairy Tale is on the way next.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniels' rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey, you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast, or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought,